Dear students, welcome to the class. Today we will talk about essay writing. This is in your second year first semester. Uh, Essay writing, as you all aware, that uh, for our own competitions conducted in our own schools and colleges, we had this experience of writing an essay and how an essay should be. But essay writing, is a very important skill that you need to practice. So writing essays are also very important in in the everyday life also. So how to write an essay? What is the difference? We have two different kinds of essays: disruptive essay and argumentative essay. And in this class, we will go a little deep into it. Before that, we will discuss about the normal features of an essay, how an essay should be written, and what are all precautions should be taken, and how it should be written. So that we will talk in the beginning. Then we will go in deep about discursive essay and also argumentative essay. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So what is a little introduction about essay? What is an essay? The essay is Latin through French word, which means to examine, try, test, or weigh. That means essay writing is nothing but whatever information is there, you need to examine, you try, and you test and or weigh. So this is what we call essay writing. So essay writing is nothing but an attempt to test or examine one's ideas. So suppose some idea is there. So if you want to attempt to examine or to test that idea, so we go for essay writing. So the essay writing involves a number of skills, especially the below mentioned one are very important. So you need to have the habit of close reading, analyzing the content. You need to compare one with the other. You need to contrast also. Sometimes the different ideas will be there. You need to contrast with the one to the other and find out the difference. What exactly is the difference there, and persuasion and exposition. So these are the skills involved in writing the essay. So on the whole, essay must be concise, have clarity in purpose and direction. So you need to know what the essay is all about. So you need not write the pages together, but it should be very concise. And your essay should have a great clarity. That is very important. So what purpose you are writing the essay, and in which direction that you are going to take it. And at the same time, the essay should be precise and concise. That means so it should not be too lengthy, so it should not be too short also. But at the same time, see how much is required to express the clarity. You have to give that clarity in the purpose and also the direction. So you have to read it closely, analyze. Analytical skills are necessary. Wherever you need to compare and also contrast. So these are the skills required for an essay writing. And in essay writing, there is no room for writer's thoughts. Normally there won't be any room. There is no flexibility for you to write about your own thoughts. So you are not supposed to write whatever comes to your mind. Okay. So these are the important things that you have to keep in your mind before writing the essay. So there are different kinds of essays. There are four main types of essays that we normally see. One is the narrative essay, the other is the descriptive essay, discursive essay, and the argumentative essay. So, as you all aware that when you are narrating something, you use narrative, essay, descriptive. If you are giving the details, more and more details in talking, that is the descriptive essay. Discursive and argumentative essays. Anyhow, we are going to talk in the very soon. So any type of these four types of essays have a process. So what is the process of writing an essay? So you need, there is a pre-writing and the writing stage and the post-writing. That means before writing the essay, you need to do some exercise, you need to do certain things. And while writing the essay, you need to follow certain things. After writing the essay, you need to see review, check at the same rate, check for language items, check for ideas, check for thoughts, check whether there is see appropriately it has come, or whether we have really whether we have see clearly discussed or not, and all that. So you need to check your thoughts again. So that way there should be a pre-writing activity. There is a writing, actual writing activity. After that, once it has come on the paper, that's not enough. You need to go for the post-writing activity. So we have a pre, during, and post. So these three activities we need to do, and how we are going to see go about it is in the next slides. So what is a pre-writing stage? So whenever you are asked to write an essay on something, or whenever you are ready to write an essay on something, so first of all, you have to think and brainstorm. So normally we will not jump into the subject all of a sudden. Give for some time. Take a deep breath for a minute or two, then start thinking. So slowly, one idea after the other will be floating in your mind. So naturally, once you are engrossed into, once you are say entered into writing it, entered into see putting them in order, so naturally the gust of ideas will be coming to your brain. So all that you have to think for some time. So whether they are really suitable to the essay, whether all must be mentioned or not, that's a different story. So first of all, you have to think about the subject, what all it means, and so what is the scope of it, what all be included in it. So like that is the first step, that is think. Then brainstorm. Some suppose for some critical things. So essay writing is not just giving an idea, because you are going to give very critical appreciation, the critical way that you need to write. So that way you need to have very good information, the most needed information that you need to have. So you need to brainstorm. That means give a lot of see exercise to your mind and try to find out the material. That means whatever is relevant to that particular essay, all that what you know, that you have to think. So after thinking process is over, then once you are doing it, after say thinking for a while, then you will be getting certain points. So that all points that you need to jot down, whatever idea that has come to your mind about that particular topic, you just jot down, note down, or from it may be from your thinking, or it may be from your brainstorm. Naturally we should allow our thinking process to the that we should not interfere in the flow of thinking process. So that way what will happen, because you are obstructing the ideas. So let the thoughts come to your mind. So all thoughts, let them come on the surface. So you just observe what all are coming, and what are all see the ideas that are floating in your mind. So after see thinking for a while, then you start jotting down the ideas on the paper. So while thinking, you may be getting few more ideas, that also you should write down. In your brainstorm, you may be getting more and more details, or more new thoughts will be coming. So all that you should write down. So the second step is we are just writing down or noting down the important say ideas with a two words that we are writing. Whatever is necessary, that one you should write. You need not write the full sentences and all that, because these are the clues with which we are improving our paragraph. So the idea should be written in a say written taking the content words and write down on a paper. So once the thinking process is over, your brainstorming is over, ideas are jotted down, then make an outline. That means how you are going to present those thoughts, or those ideas that you come across during the process of your thinking and your brainstorming. So make an outline introduction. So how do you go about an outline? So this is all a pre-writing stage, isn't it? You are not actually writing it. What you are doing is how you are going to, you are designing your essay. So while designing your essay, there should be three important parts. As you all aware that in essay writing, we should have an introduction, the body of the essay, and at the end conclusion. So what is more important? The body of the body of the essay will be giving more thoughts and ideas, whether they are say similar, whether they are say complementary, whether they are quite against one another, whether you're talking about pros and cons and all that. That will be in the body. And in introduction part, we will be talking about only the topic. So what is the topic line? The state you are stating the topic sentence. Then in the body, you will be talking about all the points that you have just jotted down. And in conclusion, you will be summarizing, or else you may be concluding with some remarks. So this is how the third step, you making an outline, will consist of. So this is a what you are doing is you are making a plan of it, plan of your essay. So one must spend some time in writing activity, because if you all of a sudden begin the essay, because thoughts will come in see they won't come in a proper order, isn't it? So you are going to present them logically and at the same time with a lot of evidences, so, or a lot of see supporting ideas you will be presenting. So the thoughts will float in your mind randomly. So uh, that all you need not to see put it. If you are putting them on a paper, writing actually the essay, then there will not be any cohesion. So people, you will be get confused. So don't do that. So put it on a paper, do some rough work. So jot down those ideas, then make a plan of the plan of the essay, with an introduction, with a body and a conclusion. So that way, what should go into the introduction, what should go into the body, and what should go into the conclusion, from your own brains, the points that have come from your thinking and brainstorming, that you need to identify them. Then the fourth step is no unnecessary points. So you may be getting several points, and some points may not be related to the essay. They are not related to your argument, so you have to avoid them naturally. Then sometimes the same thought may be repeated, the idea may be repeated, so they seems to be very similar. So when you are getting a similar ideas, that also should be avoided. So that way, whatever unnecessary points are there, that you have to remove. Whatever a repetition is there, see that there should not be any repetition. So out of the jotted down ideas, some ideas may be not necessary to mention there. Some ideas are see only a repetition of them. Identify what ideas are not necessary and what ideas are repetitive. Even while doing so, you may get new thoughts. If you feel that those thoughts are really, those ideas are really helpful, then you can add. So here what you are doing, so you are see finalizing the material. That means what you are going to write, what ideas that you are going to express, that you are that you are see identifying and separating what is not necessary or what is repetitive and all that. So this is the fourth one. And think again, suppose if the number of points, the ideas are not enough, and you need to write more and more, think for some time again. Then again the same thing, think for some time, jot down the ideas, then out of which you ask yourself what is unnecessary and what is repetitive, remove them and write down in your process. Then cross check once you have written. Suppose sometime you are agreeing for one, say you have taken a one standpoint of view, so you must stick to it. You should not be self-contradictory. So if at the case of the controversy in ideas, that is okay. Sometimes you will be saying yes. What are the benefits of saying yes? And you are looking at the other side also. That is pros and cons you are looking at. So now they may be get, you may have a different version, but you are particularly on that say topic, that you are on that particular point you are watching. So you need to cross check whether they are really added or not. Then you have at this stage, because we have not already started writing the actual essay, So here you can add something, you can delete something. Whatever new ideas that have come to your mind are really important to see elevate or discuss that particular see, idea, then we have to add it. Whatever is inessential, whatever is not necessary, whatever is a repetition, all that you need to delete. So fourth one is you're going with a fork and knife. That means what? If you want to add, you can add something. If you want to remove, you can remove something. So all this exercise you need to do before actually writing the essay, because this pre-writing activity is very very important, so that you will not get confusion while writing the essay, and with great clarity you can present, and with great say clarity you can say discuss. So what all you are doing, you are very much aware, so you are going with a clear mind that this could be my introductory statement, and these many points I want to discuss in the body. So again, depending upon the situation and depending upon the necessity, whether you want to talk 4, 5, 10 points, or whether you want to talk only 2 to 3 points. So according to your the topic sentence, you have to identify. So that way, all that you can do before actually writing the essay. So this pre-writing activity is very very important, and these four different activities that we are going to do see in the pre-writing stage. Okay, so once this pre-writing stage has come, so you are very confident now, you know how to open the sentence, what is the topic sentence, what are the points that you have already selected, what is the evidence that you have gathered, then the presentation part, actual presentation part will be there. So pre-writing stage will definitely help you a lot in going for a the draft of the thing. So when you are writing the essay, you should always keep in your mind that the writing stage, we have the first draft. That means you are preparing a rough draft, the first draft that you are preparing. So with all those ideas, with the body, so introduction, body, and conclusion, you are preparing a first draft. So the beginning, you have to take these things also in your mind when you are preparing the first draft, because ideas are already there, your statement of the CSA is already there. So introduction ideas are there, but how you are going to present them? So these things that you need to follow. First of all, you have to understand that what tone is appropriate or what style is appropriate, because you should know to whom you are addressing this, who are your audience. So what is actually the topic? So according to the topic and the audience that you are writing for, so you should select the style and the tone which is appropriate to that. And it must be formal in style, or it must be impersonal. Whatever you are going to see, give your opinion, don't give your personal, it must be impersonal and formal. And avoid contractions. Sometimes we write it is we write it apostrophe s, don't we write don apostrophe don apostrophe t. So avoid the contraction. Sometimes will be what you call abbreviations also we will give. So as far as possible, avoid that. And idioms, colloquial expressions, and all that are not necessary, because in essay writing you are more concerned about the ideas presented in a very straight way. So you need not have idioms and colloquials a plus for you. So that's why avoid those idioms, colloquial expressions, and also avoid contractions. Avoid strong and emotional language. So emotion has nothing to do with the essay, because you are concerned with the point, you are concerned with that particular idea. So the when you are expressing idea, so emotions are not necessary, because our focus is on the subject. So avoid the strong and emotional language. Avoid the over generalizations. When something is happened at some place, don't make it a generalization. So it may not be applicable in all places, it may not be true in all the cases also. So avoid generalizations. Avoid cliches and proverbs. So don't write proverbs, because it is, though it is in everybody's experience, you need not mention them at all. use reliable sources of information. Whenever you are giving your idea or whenever you are presenting it, so you should be taken, or whatever you are writing should be from a reliable source. The information should be from a reliable source, not that somebody told, and not that anonymous seeing, you will not write. So your information presented in the essay must be from a reliable source. So the more reliable the material that you have gathered from the sources, the more good your essay will come. So essay writing is not just an opinion. We are not asked to write the opinion. We are going to give the sufficient information about it with a standpoint. So reliable use of reliable resources is very, very important. Be neutral and make general statements. So don't be biased. Don't see, I agree, I disagree, or you need not make a general statements, isn't it? So our job is not to judge, or our job is not to give the statement. So in the first draft, keeping these items in your mind, these instructions in the mind, we need to prepare the first draft. So already we have the material what to be written, that was finalized. We have the ideas, we have the statement of the essay, we have a layout also, what should go in introduction, what should go in the body, and what should be the conclusion. Now we have known the writing style. With all these things, we are preparing a first draft. Okay. Then, so what is the first draft? That means this draft is not final. You have just prepared, putting all those ideas, keeping all the instructions that were given to you, and with all those background, you are preparing an essay. And after preparing the essay, after the first draft is prepared, then the post writing activity will be there. That means in the post writing stage, once that is finished, then you need to go take up this activity. What is the first activity? Is basic editing. So editing is very, very important, because it is going for, see, going for the people, isn't it? It is going for the publication sometimes. So you need to be very careful about this. So you need to make some editing work. What is the editing work? Your editing work be should consist of the spelling check that you need to make. So whether you have used the proper spellings are there, or the grammar that you have used, the vocabulary that you have used, or the most of the time it will be the case with the sentence construction. And the spelling errors, grammar errors may be crept in, but the sentence construction also is very important. So in the editing process, you have to go for the spelling, grammar, vocabulary, and sentence construction. So that way, what you are doing, you are eliminating the errors from your writing, isn't it? Then again, check the topic sentence. What is the topic sentence, and what are the ideas that you have given in the body? They should match. You gave a topic sentence something, and you talked something else in the matter, so it won't agree. So that way, your topic sentence we need to revise. In the beginning, we may give a broad topic sentence in our pre-draft, pre-writing stage, but after writing all the points in a systematic way, then you have to check whether that particular topic sentence is appropriate or good. Then keep it up. If it is not, then again, based on the information that you have given, based on the majority of the points, what are the majority of the points are suggesting, that could be your right topic sentence. So looking at the topic sentence, people can understand what you are talking in the essay. So it is so important in writing a suitable topic sentence. So there should not be too long, it should not be too short, but exactly it should convey what is there in the essay. So writing the topic sentence is very, very important. Here in the post writing stage, what we are doing is only we are rechecking whether the topic sentence is appropriate or not. If at all you want to make it much beautiful, you can do it that way. So topic checking the topic sentence is very important. Then again, you have to go for cohesion and effectiveness. So whether you are using use of connectors are very, very important, because in essay you may have some 5 paragraphs, you may have some 10 paragraphs or 20 paragraphs, but each paragraph you may be talking about one particular idea. So in the third paragraph, I talked about one particular idea. In the fourth paragraph, the topics, the idea may be different, but all these ideas are connected with one particular topic, isn't it? So when it is all the paragraphs are talking about one particular topic, there should be connectives. For example, imagine that there is a say train on the platform. So the train will have an engine before, later all bogies are laid. So if the engine goes away without, if there is no connection between one bogie to the other, what will happen? Engine alone will go and the bogies will remain. So you need to see combine both bogies. You need to link them. So your topic sentence should take up all those connective ideas together. Suppose if it is disconnected from one idea to the other, what will happen? You will find a breach in that, isn't it? So there should not be any breach, there should not be any breakup. So that way each paragraph should be connected with the other. How do we do it? By using the connectives. So employ the connectives and see that all ideas must go in one particular direction, so that it will all time come correct. So this is very important. So whether there is a cohesion, check whether there is really a cohesion, or whether whether it is effective or what can be done. So all these you need to recheck uh, before finalizing it. Then again, after doing these things, then check yourself that whether that length of the essay is appropriate or as required. So if the length of the essay is too much, if you want to just condense it, if you want to just see paraphrase the important see content, then again you can do it. It all depends on. Suppose if the space given to you is limited, then you need not write 3 to 10 pages, isn't it? So in the according to the space available, that you need to write. So that way, see, it all depends on for what purpose that we are writing, and to whom we are, what is the audience and all that, and what is the length available. That also you have to take into account and check whether that length is appropriate. Then go for the style. How are you presenting your point of view, whether your style is appropriate to the topic. Sometimes the topic is something and our way of dealing it is different way. No, whatever the topic that you are dealing, the style should be accordingly, so that it will match. And also check the points that you have written, whether all points have come correct, all have been included, or see whether they were presented well or not. Likewise, you have to make this. So post writing stage is also important. Usually what we do, we don't do pre-writing activity and post writing activity. We just jump into writing the essay and put something on the paper. So it won't come correct. It won't come good. So this is a very careful exercise that you need to do before and after the draft. So I told you in the beginning, we have prepared only a first draft. Now what you are doing, you are taking all these precautions into mind, making some corrections and checking them. Now you are going to prepare a final draft. So after careful examination and after making all these changes, once you have prepared a final draft, that will be good. So that way, this much of exercise you need to do before finalizing your draft. So that way your essay will come really good. So we have two see types of essays dealt in our syllabus. One is a discursive, the other is argumentative. So what is a discursive essay? Discursive essay, it may be in 5 paragraph essay. That means there may be some 5 paragraphs. First is an introductory paragraph. The another 3 paragraphs are talking about the body. That means which is comprising of supporting evidence. With supporting evidence, we will be talking about. So the 3 paragraphs must be body of the paragraph, and the final paragraph will be the conclusion. So introduction will be in 1 paragraph. 3 paragraphs will be talking actually the topic, about the points, pros and cons, and there's evidences and all that you will be dealing in the third, the three paragraphs, and the last is the conclusion. This is a model, not exactly the five paragraph, but it is a model. So this way you can write their discursive essay. So there are some questions given in your textbook. So what are the discursive essays? There may be some dozen and more. So I have taken a few here. So duties of a good citizen, education as empowerment, privatization of education, technology and human relations, globalizations and its impact. So here, if you look at all these are not just giving the information. So there are a lot of see positive and a negative. That means the pro and against points for that. For example, if you take technology and human relations, technology is really helping the human beings, but people are complaining about the technology. If you don't know how to use the technology, it is dangerous in our lives, as we all aware. So you need to learn, you need to be more wise using the technology. So there is always a clash, always a difference of opinion on technology and human relations. For example, you take globalization and its impact. So globalization is inevitable. So it has its own advantages, but it has brought some other things also with it. So that way cultural problems are coming. So there is a clash in the culture. So all these things, there is a great impact see on everyday living. So that way your globalization and its impact are see having the both the sides. One side is okay, the other side is it is we have some disadvantages. Similarly, when you talk about privatization of education, when you make it a privatization, education will be available for many, and the negative of it is what only education will be available only for the rich people, and there may be some see illegal practices or the unwanted practices that may take place when you privatize the education. So that way there is always a difference of opinions will be there. So all discursive essays are such. That means various points, both for and against points will come, and you need to balance them. What good points that you can talk, you can talk. What are the negative points are there? Negative point of view is also you can talk, but with lot of evidence. Don't generalize or don't give your own opinion. Your opinion is not necessary here, and you need not generalize at all. So be specific. So take that point rightly, present it well, and present both sides. So that way discursive essays have its own role to play. So right, in discursive writing discursive essay, these things you have to keep in your mind, and all other things, that is pre-writing, see draft writing and also post writing activities are same for all kinds of essays. That is common because those are the general guidelines that we need to follow them. But here discursive essay has these things. That means both point of views will come. You need to so have a discussion on that. So that is what we call discursive essays. Then we have argumentative essay. What is argumentative? You are taking one standpoint and arguing from that particular point, isn't it? That is what we call argumentative essay. It requires the writer to take a stand on an issue. If there is any issue, you should say either yes or no. You can't say yes and no together, isn't it? So that will happen in a discursive essay, but in argumentative essay, it should be there. The purpose is to pursue the reader by presenting facts, statistics, and evidence. So whatever point of view that you are giving, and it must be presented with a lot of facts, statistics, and evidence. What is the, how can you say that it is a fact? If there is enough statistics, it itself is a fact. It itself denotes that it is a fact, and evidences that you need to gather and present there. So you are taking a standpoint, and you are pursuing your reader by presenting facts, statistics, and evidence so that the reader is convinced. And it involves research, investigation, collection of data, analysis of it, evaluation, and literature survey. So this is a very see great exercise that you need to do. Apart from your argument, the discursive essay or a narrative essay, this is a very systematic activity. That means what are all there? You have to do some research, some investigation should go into it. We give a serious thought, work on it for some time, collect the required material that you need to collect the data. How can you say that something is valid or something is against? Only through statistics. So how statistics will come? By collecting the information. So collection of data is very important. And analysis of data, you once you have collected the data, you need to analyze it, and then you come to some evaluations. Then at the same time, you should talk also about the literature survey. So whatever you have see observed, whether the similar observations are there in other by other writers or other say researchers, or yours is a unique way. So that what way your say research work, that means your standpoint of view is similar or different with others, or to what extent they may match. So that way, what is the importance of your survey also is very, very important. So these things are a part of your argumentative. After an exhaustive study or research and weighing the different points, you need to comprehensive understanding of, you will get a comprehensive understanding about the subject. Then clear stand and an issue. So suppose after making all this exercise, first of all, you have to select what is the topic that you want to work on. After selecting the topic, you need to gather the data. After gathering the data, you should making some research. Then you have to analyze it and evaluate it. Once you analyze and evaluate it, you will be coming across the different points of view. So out of the different point of view, and whatever the subject that you have taken, you have to take a clear stand on an issue. So this enable to present argument forcefully and convincingly. Once your standpoint of view is very clear, and if you are very clear about it, then you can present your essay more forcefully and at the same time most convincingly. Because again, I told you that pre-rating activity in the discursive essay is also there. Even in argumentative essay also, that should be there. But here more work you need to do, because here you are after careful see, observation, after doing some work when you will coming to one particular standpoint. You have chosen a topic, but after making some exercise like data collection, analysis, and all that, you will come to know what should be your standpoint. So after selecting the standpoint, you are marching ahead to write the original essay, isn't it? So argumentative essay, what are the features of argumentative? If you look at, they present both sides of argument. You can say present both side of argument. So you can present that way and this way also. Present as many as differing views on the topic. So because of the literature study, you have come across various ways of presenting. That means various ideas that are there, various point of views are there. So that all you need to present them. Then as many is that you can able to present. You can present as many differing opinions or the views are possible on that, but are there in on that particular topic you mentioned. Then both pros and cons of an issue. It may be an issue, it may be an argument, or it may be a point that you have to talk about both pros and cons, both positive and negative of it. Under debate should be included. What should be under debate, that all should be included, both. Because you are substantially you are giving the evidence for your standpoint, isn't it? Then what is the structure of the argumentative? Again, as usual, there should be an introduction. It should start with a general. Again, you have to be very careful. See here, how do you arrive at an introduction? So in start with a general statement, and argument should be narrowed down. That means you have to talk in a general state, in a general way, then narrow your see point of view to the what stand that you have taken. That means from general to see standpoint you are coming. That argument should be narrowed down. That is in the introductory part. And in the body, present all the cons in one paragraph, all the positive on one side, and all the pros and cons on the next paragraph. That means each paragraph should talk about either positive or the one side or the other side. That means don't mix one both of them together. So even if sometimes you are mixing, there should be great clarity. Otherwise, present the cons on one side, in the beginning, then take up the pros and the in the next coming paragraph. So that way you can present. The role of linkers and cohesive markers, as already told, as already we have discussed, the linkers and cohesive marks are very, very important, because whenever you are talking pros and cons, naturally you need to select the suitable linkers that are very, very important. And again, you have a conclusion, and the conclusion should be logical and effective. Don't give your opinion, but based on your research, after talking about pros and cons, what should be a logical conclusion? Conclusion will come something, and your point of, if you are saying, is of no use. If you are giving your own opinion, is of no use. So from the pros and cons, what should be a logical deduction or logical conclusion that you can arrive, that you have to mention, and it must be effective, because here ultimately, after taking a standpoint of view, discussing for so much of time, and giving more and more say data, and based on the data and all that, see you what conclusion that you are coming, that is very important. It must be effective and it must be logical. So people will be looking at your conclusion. So much of work that you have did, so what ultimately you have found at the end. So that way conclusion should come at the end. So the argumentative essays are mostly for the social science research, and so also we can see, and the tone should remain logical and balanced. So entire argument, see argumentative essay, that show the tone of the essay should remain logical and balanced. And don't there is no scope for your emotionality or your personal tone. So avoid emotionality and personal tone. Your own personal see conclusions don't give. Only it should be logical and balanced. So that way your argumentative essay will come good. What is the possible structure of an argumentative essay? Usually it should have an introduction, supporting argument number one, supporting argument number two, then later opposing argument, arguments with refutations and all that. If there are one, two, three, four, then you write down, then conclusion. So here, what is the difference? In the body, we will be presenting supporting argument one, two. If it is more than that, that also will be mentioning, and the opposing argument also we will be mentioning in the next paragraph. So that way, your body should consist of the number of paragraphs. That means how many argumentative or supporting or opposing arguments are there that you are presenting, and ultimately you are concluding. So the structure may be different, because you may be talking about the opposing arguments first and later the supporting argument. That way also it can be written. Don't all the time should start with a supporting argument and end with an opposing argument, but both ways also you can write. But the total structure should be introduction, and both arguments you have to give with a lot of evidence and all that, and lot of data support you have to take, then come to a conclusion. So on the whole, let us remember what all we have discussed in the points. So one is you have to choose an apt title. That means the two suitable titles should be selected. You have to brainstorm, prepare an outline, and develop the thesis statement. That means whenever you are writing an essay, so you have to brainstorm and prepare an outline. That is writing activity that we did. Use linkers and connectives, connecting ideas within the essay. That is very, very important. Start and end with a quotation statements. How you are making your essay more interesting, more reader catching. That means if you want to catch the attention of the reader, you either you should present with a quotation, or with an anecdote, or with a statement, either in the beginning, and even if you are concluding also you can give a statement at the end. So that way you are attracting the reader's attention. So start and end with a quotation and statement. It's not compulsory, but if at all you want to make more interesting and catch the reader's attention, you can use them. And the three stages of writing that we have discussed, that is pre-writing stage, writing stage, and post-writing. Pre-writing is we are developing a plan. Writing is actually preparing a first draft. Then post-writing is making a final draft, taking care of grammatical items and all that, isn't it? Then get your facts right. So all the time, what facts that you have about that particular topic, that should be all the time get ready, be balanced, unemotional, impersonal in tone. So don't become emotional, so don't be see biased, so have balanced and unemotional, impersonal in tone. And use language should be simple, vocabulary should be in everybody's range, or else if you are using vocabulary appropriate to the topic. And very importantly is avoiding the grammatical errors. And use separate paragraphs, because it will be in all paragraphs, all our points will be said separately in paragraphs. So this is very important. And editing in post work. So after say preparing essay, you will be doing some editing. So that way we will prepare. So there is an exercise in your textbook that is on argumentative essay. Uh, so what are they? Should schools do away with homework? Is the science always right? Should private coaching institutions be banned? So if at all they could be banned, what are the pros and what are the cons? That means what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? School should do away with homework. If you remove homework completely, what will happen? If there is a homework, see how can you reduce the burden and all that. So both sides you will be giving. So that way your argumentative essay will be talking about on the same standpoint of view. You are talking about both versions, isn't it? You are giving more and more views on that. So that way you will be doing your argumentative essay. So essay writing on the whole, essay writing is a very critical activity. You need to follow the procedure, practice thoroughly, so that you can able to produce beautiful essays. And once you have this habit of see on any particular topic, any research activity also is will become easy. Or presentation of papers, you need to do a lot of work. So that way see whatever information whatever the topic that you want to express your feelings also, you can express very well. So with these things I conclude. So have a nice time. Thank you very much. Mast time.